Доброго вечора, мене звати Ірина і ви на каналі Ніагарка. Сьогодні 24 лютого, сьогодні 365 днів незламності нашої України, яка стоїть і тримає оборону своїх територій від нагарбників Росії. Зараз ми з вами йдемо до Table Rock, до водоспаду Підкова, де зустрічається вся українська ком'юна. Приблизно думається, що буде десь в районі 100 людей, можливо буде більше, можливо буде менше. І сьогодні ми всі будемо стояти разом в честь підтримки наших хлопців, нашого ЗСУ, всіх наших українців, які лишилися на території України і обороняють нашу неньку. Приємно, що українці, які тільки приїхали, новоприбулі, а також українці, які живуть тут, вони не забувають, вони приходять, вони підтримують. І це дуже важливо, тому що без підтримки, без пам'яті, без спілкування тісного не буде ніякого руху, не буде ніякої діаспори. І буде важко що-небудь робити. Тому чим більше збирається людей, тим краще. Тим більше ми можемо показати, що нас є багато, і ми так само є незламні. Пан Богдан, як завжди, з підтримкою і так роздає такі вогники, синьо-жовті ліхтарики, для того, щоб також можна було гарно бачити і все висвітлювати.
Жовтий є.
Жовтий. Тобто, дякую. Синьо-жовтий. Тобто, як бачите, пані Ірина командує переходити вперед.
Де отець Ярослав не бачив?
Слава Ісусу Христу, отець Віктор.
Слава, я таки за вас говорив.
Є, ми є.
Я кажу, чи Ірина і Ірик будуть
Є.
щось зробити.
Та ми вже робимо. Привіт. Ми вже йдемо. Привіт, Надюшка.
Ми без них.
Привіт, Тікулько.
Так.
Я знаю.
Історія. Не змерзла?
Привіт.
Ще ні.
Героям слава. Тобто, як ви бачите, багато людей. І зараз ми всі йдемо більше такого місця. Я думаю, що нас всі знайдуть. Що нас буде вже видно здалеку. І всі разом зараз ми будемо молитися все-таки за нашу Україну, за те, щоб ми не зламалися і ми завжди були разом. Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Welcome.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you for joining us today. There is no PA system. I could ask our government representatives to come close. We will start our event tonight with prayer. First, a prayer in English.
Зараз у нас буде молитва. Як бачите, все-таки, незважаючи на погоду, нас прийшло дуже багато.
Great and almighty, we your sinful children turn to you with humility in our hearts and bow our heads low before you. We beseech your loving kindness and abundant blessings upon the nation, the people of Ukraine during these days of great danger to their safety and well-being. Our brothers and sisters, Lord, are once again threatened by aggressors who see them only as obstacles blocking the path to the complete domination of the precious land and resources of the country of Ukraine. Strengthen the people as they face this great danger, turning to you in the immeasurable deep faith, trust, and love they have placed in you all their lives. Send your heavenly legions, O Lord, commanded by the patron of Kiev, Archangel Michael, to crush the desires of the aggressor, whose desire is to eradicate our people. Grant unity of mind, heart, and soul, O Lord, to all leaders in public service with those they serve. Unite them all into one great Christian family so that together, our brothers and sisters, they may glorify your majestic name, God in the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, now and ever, and unto the ages of ages. Amen.
Ти творець чудес, подивися в милості і щедрості на благочестивих рабів твоїх. І через чоловіколюбство твоє вислухай і помилуй нас, і землю українську, в милості і щедрості відвідай рабів твоїх, що нерівний бій ведуть з ворогами за свободу землі української та її багатостраждального народу. але в благочесті непереможного, і що до твоєї доброти припадає. Бо ти є захист і перемога, і спасіння всім надію на тебе маючих, і тобі славу воссилаємо Отцю і Сину і Святому Духові, нині і повсякчас, і на віки вічні. Амінь. Слава Ісусу Христу! Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
365 days ago, Vladimir Putin thought it would be a 3-day march into Kyiv. Ukrainians showed him. 365 days ago, Russia started a war. It's the thought that they could end Ukrainian culture, end the language, and take over Ukrainian territory. They were wrong. This has been 365 days of resilience for the Ukrainian people. And it's important. It was important before, it's now important more than ever that the government of Canada and the Canadian people be side by side with our Ukrainian allies. Before the war, we trained tens of thousands of soldiers who were there to push back the initial offensive. Today we announce more tanks, more ammunition, more armored vehicles. So far we've committed billions of dollars in aid, from offensive weapons, and on a day like today, long underwear as well. Very important. But we will be there. Prime Minister Trudeau, Minister Anand, we stand side by side with your Ukrainian allies, and we will be there as long as the fight goes on. Because Ukraine is fighting not only for Ukraine, but for democracy. And we will be there together. Slava Ukraini.
Thank you. Thank you. I will now call upon Wayne Gates, Member of Provincial Parliament.
You gonna grab that?
I'll grab it. I'll hold it for you.
Thank you. I want to thank our MPP for holding this mic because I talk with my hands. 365 days ago, Putin made the biggest mistake of his life, taking on a free country, a beautiful country, a country that we're all proud to call our friend and our ally. And today I want to talk about, Chris talked about what the Canadian government's doing, but I want to talk about what our communities are doing and why we're all here, standing here today, sending a clear message to Ukraine, to our brothers and sisters, that we stand united with you. Do you know, in that last 365 days, Putin has murdered 13,000 of our military soldiers in Ukraine, almost 8,000 civilians, many of them women and children. We cannot forget about Ukraine every day. And I know our communities come together, our churches in Niagara Falls, churches in St. Catharines. But I'll tell you what's happening. We are forgetting a little bit. They need us more than ever. They need supplies, they need donations, they need the volunteers to get those back to Ukraine. And I'm saying to everybody, talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors. Don't let them forget about Ukraine. Because I've always said, we are going to last one day longer than Putin ever will. And I want to say to the Ukrainian people from the bottom of my heart, as we watched what's happened over the last 365 days, I can tell you I'm absolutely amazed at the courage and the love they have for the Ukrainian country. And all I can say to the world, Putin, I guess I can't say that. But he should be tried for war criminal that he is and the murderer he is. So today is important that we're here. It's important that we never forget Ukraine. It's important that we continue every day to support them in whatever they need. Thank you for allowing me to be here today. And I can't say the words in Ukraine, so I apologize. I have enough trouble with English. But I want to say, I love Ukraine. I love your courage. And if you ever go by my office, take a look. I have the Ukrainian flag right in my window, and I've had it for 365 days. And it'll be there one day longer than Putin will be. Thank you.
Thank you. You can hear me now? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm deeply honored to be with you once again as we pay tribute to those in Ukraine who have stood steadfast against an invasion which is illegal, which is illogical, and which is dastardly on the part of Putin and his henchmen in Russia. It is absolutely amazing to watch, though not surprising to those of you of Ukrainian background, to watch the resistance that has taken place by members of the Ukrainian armed forces and those who have joined with them to fight against the invaders. As everyone has mentioned, Putin made the biggest mistake of his life when he invaded Ukraine, thinking he could easily bulldoze over the people of Ukraine. He could not do that. Tonight we're on a cold night, and we have to shiver just a little bit now, but our hearts and minds go out to the people of Ukraine who have to put up with this day and night because of the onslaught of missiles coming from the Russian forces, targeting not only military but also civilian places throughout Ukraine, taking away the electricity and the heat of the people who reside there. We Canadians are proud to have people of Ukrainian descent coming to our country, in this case as refugees, and many hope they'll be able to go back, but they get a warm welcome from the people of Canada who admire so very much the fight that is going on at this time in Ukraine. As I left the regional headquarters tonight, I was proud to see the sign that says welcome to the Niagara region, the regional sign lit up in blue and yellow, and to see the Ukrainian flag flying outside of our regional headquarters. I can assure you that all members of Regional Council, including Mayor Diodati, who is here tonight, stand shoulder to shoulder with all of you and with Ukrainians around the world, and in particular with those who are in the battle zone. I want to be back for a celebration. I want to be back to celebrate the victory of the people of Ukraine over the Russian invaders. The last thing I want to say is that what's most unfortunate is that those who dissent within Russia, who express opposition to the war, are quickly escorted to jail and given long jail sentences, or have to flee the country. And I admire those who will stand with the people of Ukraine and stand up to Putin and his henchmen in the Kremlin. And so thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for carrying on the vigils day after day, week after week, and for providing the assistance to the people of Ukraine that is so badly needed at this time. Proud to be with you, and if I may say so, I'm proud to be an honorary Ukrainian this evening. Slava Ukraine!
Thank you. Thank you, Jim. You've been with us for many, many years, and we honor that, we appreciate that, and we thank you. I am now going to call on Mayor Jim Diodati from the Niagara Falls, the city of Niagara Falls, who as I found out a couple of years ago, has Ukrainian blood in him. It's always good to have a mayor with Ukrainian blood. So here we are.
Do I have to push the trigger?
No.
Okay. Thank you very much, Irene. And I don't want to repeat too much what was said. Yaksha Mayosh. And I'd like to say to all of our Ukrainian friends and family, we're all Ukrainian here today. You know, my baba came from Ukraine about 100 years ago, and I grew up, and my mother still speaks Ukrainian, still speaks the Ukrainian traditional dishes, and I'm joined today by City Councilors Patel and Uestag. Thank you for being here with us today. It was 3 years ago on this exact spot that I stood with Vladimir Zelensky and his wife Olena, right in this exact spot, as we took pictures and we talked about Niagara Falls, because he knew what was coming and he was preparing. And today, I think it's so ironic that we're all here together, that none of us are ever going to give up until this is done, because today the fight is in Ukraine, tomorrow it could be somewhere else. And it's important that we stand together, stand united, because it's not us and them, it's only us. So I want to say on behalf of the city of Niagara Falls, we hold our candles high. The flag, the Ukrainian flag, is high at City Hall. It's been since the very beginning in my office, in City Hall, throughout the walls, the halls of City Hall, and they'll continue to be up until Ukraine and the world is victorious. God bless Ukraine. Thank you.
We know as a Ukrainian community that all of our representatives of government, from federal to municipal, have been amazing and have stood with us for this last year. Flags flying, I've never had to ask. The flags are always there. They're always ready to help. They're ready to support. And for that, we are extremely grateful, and it's a very heartfelt situation. We also appreciate all the other communities and ethnic and groups and organizations that have supported us over this last year. People and communities we didn't even think of, the Vietnamese community, the Filipino community, all of them, the Lithuanian community, even the Belarus people living in Canada who came to me one time, one lady, and said, I'm extremely embarrassed and I feel horrible about this, but we're not them. And we want you to know that we stand with you. For that, again, we are always eternally grateful. I would like to call upon a representative from the Lithuanian community who is with us and wanted to say a few words. Ingrid?
My name's Ingrid. I'm the Vice President of the Latvian National Federation in Canada. And I want to let you know that Latvian Canadians stand with Ukraine. We condemn the unprovoked aggression, the terror, the crimes that have been perpetrated by Russia onto Ukraine. This is not the first time that Russia has done that. Latvia suffered 50 years of Russian occupation, and we do not wish that on anyone. Deportations, Russification, corruption, poverty, degradation, no free travel, no free speech, an authoritarian system that's only run for the benefit of the oligarchs. Really, it's slavery. We're proud of, and we do thank the Canadian government for the military support and humanitarian aid that they have provided to Ukraine. Thank you, Canada, for what you announced today, because the next thing I was going to say is let's not let up, and we ask the government to do even more. Latvians in Latvia have given more than 1% of their GDP in military aid to Ukraine. And I want to say, Ukrainians, we look up to you. You give us strength, and we are with you 100%. Thank you.
Слава Ісусу Христу! I just want to let you know what's been happening in the community in support of our brothers and sisters in Ukraine, and indeed for those that are newcomers and settling here in the Niagara area. As you know, when the war started 365 years ago, people got busy very quick, and St. John's Parish and St. Catherine's became the hub of sending aid as quick as we could to Ukraine. Christine Tymczyszyn, Bogdan Tymczyszyn, Larissa Doig, and Yvonne Hildebrandt are our committee that take care of the aid for Ukraine. Christine was doing the annual parish report today, and we added up the help that was given by people in the Niagara region to the church so that we could assist Ukraine, and that was $211,000. Not from Ukrainians for the most part, but those that wish to support us and to show that they care. The Ukrainian Canadian Congress, with Irene overworking herself, has helped many, many, many newcomers, along with the parish and other parishes here in the Niagara region. So I just want you to know that we still need your help. We thank the parishes that have come together, St. George's, St. Cyril and Methodius, working with us. We have another shipment of medical aid going out in just a couple of weeks. But let's not let people forget that this war is still on. People are still suffering. People are still in need. Tomorrow evening we also have an opportunity to pray together with other Christian communities. There will be an ecumenical service at St. John's Parish at 7 o'clock, and you're all, of course, cordially invited to attend. Slava Ukraina! Slava Ісуса Христу!
Доброго вечора усім. Я хотіла, багато хто мене знає, мене звати Ірина і ми з каналу Ніагарка, і я хотіла би дуже сильно подякувати пані Ірині, Конгрес українців Канади, без якої фактично не було б ні одного дійства, тому що під її, можна сказати, її бажанням, закликом проходять всі ті зібрання. Тобто вона постійно домовляється з урядом, домовляється зі всіма, щоб навіть наш водоспад був завжди синьо-жовтим на всі наші події, які є дуже важливі для нас. Також багато хто з вас знає, з ньюкамерів, хто тільки приїхав, у нас є дуже багато гарних українських церков. Усі прихожани роблять дуже багато для того, щоб підтримати кожного з вас, кожного, хто приїхав сюди. Тому що, в принципі, без їхньої підтримки, без їхньої організації, вам би було дуже важко і складно тут. Тому що всі, хто приїхав набагато раніше, не був вимушений покинути Україну і приїхати сюди під час війни. Вони знають, яка тяжка еміграція чекала кожного. Для вас зробили все, організації українські, які є тут, зробили те, щоб було можливо максимально спростити, і щоб ви не так тужили за Україною. Для того, щоб ви могли тут себе відчувати в безпеці і вам було добре. Тому ще раз я хочу дуже-дуже подякувати від лиця українців, напевно, які і приїхали, і які є тут, і які постійно допомагають. Це пані Ірині і всім іншим організаціям, які стоять разом і роблять все разом. Слава Україні!
The lights over Niagara Falls are to turn blue and yellow at 8 o'clock, and the American side and the Canadian side, and our American counterparts are on the other side doing something similar to this. It is cold. I will understand if you don't want to stand here till 8 o'clock, absolutely, but just so that you know, and they will turn blue and yellow again at 10 o'clock. So it'll be done twice today. We're asking people to film, take pictures, and share it on Facebook, Instagram, so that the Ukrainians in Ukraine can see that we are standing here supporting them. And as Jim mentioned, we're here in the cold, but they're suffering from the cold every day. Every day the power goes out. Every day there's no heat. Every day the electricity's shut off. And I think this is a small price for us to pay, to stand here for 1 hour while they have to suffer through this day in and day out. So again, if you couldn't hear in the back, Father Anton mentioned that we have collected over $211,000 this year in donations to help Ukraine. We have sent generators, heaters, medical supplies, ambulances, anything you can think of has been shipped to Ukraine to help them. We also do what we can for the newcomers that have come to our country here and to our area. We have boutiques, our free boutique, наша крамничка, поміч, яка відкрита в четвер і в суботу, and it's free for our newcomers. So again, out of the deepness of my heart, I want to thank everyone who has donated, who has given us food, hygiene products, clothing, furniture, who has helped us pay the rent for some of our newcomers. All of this is not to be forgotten and will not be forgotten. It has been 1 year of this horrendous war, this invasion. It's not a war, it's an invasion. And we are waiting for victory to happen. We do hope, and we know, and we thank the Canadian government and all of the allies that have supported Ukraine in this war and that continue to support. We understand how much of a financial cost it is to keep putting out defense weapons and to keep putting out military aid, tanks, whatever is required. We, however, ask that all the allies and the Canadian government start to do what we think should be done, and that is to declare Russia a supporter of terrorism, a terrorist state, and to declare Putin a war criminal. This has to be done. What's happening in Ukraine is a genocide. It's a complete genocide. And I don't know what it will take to stop him. He has to be stopped. So with our prayers, with our constant support, and with every fiber in our being, we will have to do what we can to get the governments to stand up, to get NATO to stand up against this horrible war criminal. Ми хочемо і сподіємося, що всі наші нації, які підтримують Україну, щоб нарешті сказали так, як має бути, і сказали правду, що Путін є злочин і терорист, і що Росія є терористична країна, і щоб НАТО взялося за те, щоб це все позбутися. І ми мусимо всі тримати ту надію, що Україна переможе, і ми знаємо, що Україна переможе. The cost of winning is going to be great. It already is. Ukraine has lost so much. The people have lost so much. But we will rebuild it. We will help rebuild it and bring it back to its beautiful glory. Слава Україні! Слава Україні! Слава Україні! Я думаю, тепер ми годні заспівати наш славень український, як хтось може почати. Ні слава, ні воля, ще нам, браття українці, усміхнеться доля. Згинуть наші вороженьки, як роса на сонці. Запануєм і ми, браття, у своїй сторонці. Душу тіло ми положим за нашу свободу і покажем, що ми браття козацького роду. Душу тіло ми положим за нашу свободу і покажем, що ми браття козацького роду. I also think we should sing O Canada to thank our Canadian government and to thank our government representatives for all the help they've given us. O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. If anything, Ukraine is a harmonious country, and they love to sing in harmony, and we are good. Дякую всім. Thank you to everyone for coming tonight, for supporting this, for supporting us. hang in there. If you stay long enough, you'll get to see the lights change. Буде світло о 8 годині. Але ми розуміємо, як вам захолодно, то можна
Пані
відходити.
Ірино, можна ще одне слово?
Ой, ще чекайте.
Шановні друзі українці, будь ласка, давайте не розходимося, всі разом зробимо хоча б фотографію для пам'яті, щоб всі ми були разом і щоб всі були бачили, що ми є. Якщо хтось буде мати все-таки бажання залишитись до 8 години, то давайте попробуємо всі разом зібратися, співати українські народні пісні для того, щоб можна було зігріватися і якось підтриматися, дочекатись підсвітку водоспаду синьо-жовтого. Друзі, давайте всі сюди, тому що нас є багато. Давайте, щоб всі бачили, що нас є багато, що Ніагарський регіон є великий. Як бачите, прийшло дуже багато людей, і, як кажуть, Бог теж на нашій стороні, тому що немає сьогодні вітру з американської сторони, і в нас є сухо. Тобто багато людей приходили, як я вже казала, і українці, і канадці. Прийшло дуже багато людей з уряду, які підтримують також Україну, роблять все, що можуть тільки для України. Тому фактично всі по чуть-чуть збираються і роблять найкраще, що можна для України. Тому разом ми сила, всі разом ми чекаємо до підсвітки наших водоспадів, і все буде супер.
At one point, you want to take it down? I said, no. It's going to be up until the war is over.
Yeah, it's true, but no, it's very important. Thank you so much again. Just like.
So let me ask you now, two questions. Number one, do you say Jakuyu or Jankuyu?
Дякую.
Yakuyu.
Дякую.
Yakuyu.
Дякую is Polish.
Oh, see, the problem is my Guido was from Poland. My Baba was from Ukraine.
Oh,
So
you can
we're-
just because
yeah.
it's like it's on the past. It's like stay together.
Yes.
Poland, Ukraine, it all mix it.
Always, and we have, and my dad's Italian, so we have everything all mixed together. I told Zelensky a story when he came here. We laughed because I know he's a funny guy.
Yeah, just
When we were little, you know the cloth that you wipe the counter with?
yeah.
We used to call it the meka. Have you heard the term meka?
Yeah.
So we used to call it meka, and we use words like that. So I was over at my friend's house for lunch, and I said, when we were a little boy, I said, "Can you pass the meka?" And nobody did anything. Everybody
Yeah,
kept
just-
eating. I said, "Can you pass the meka?" And he goes, "What?" I said, he goes, "What's the meka?" I go, "What do you mean? It's in front of you." And he goes, "The cloth." And I go, "Okay." So later I got home. I told my mom. I said, "Mom," I told her what happened. She started laughing. She goes, "That's not English." I said, "What is it?" She said, "It's Ukrainian." I said, "What?" I said, "Why are we speaking Ukrainian?" And she goes, "We just do." And then I said, "Do we say other words?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "Yes." Like things like they'd say, "Shupi," the sit, "shupi,"
Yes.
or malenki,
Malenki,
small.
yeah.
And then we use lots of words, but I didn't know.
No,
It
just
was
like
Ukrainian.
explanation.
Yeah.
It's natural,
Yeah.
you just speak and that's it.
I was so mad at my mother. I go, "Why wouldn't you tell us?" And so I told Zelensky. I told him the story. So
Yeah,
we all
it's
got we got a good laugh.
Yeah.
We got a good laugh. Yeah.
And just like our girls, it's more important for Niagara Falls.
Yes. Oh, thanks, Irene. Thank you for having me. And thank you for organizing this.
This, yeah.
It's a great thing.
Without Irene, nothing would happen.
No,
Just like
she's
No.
a beast.
yes,
She's like the candle.
yes,
A good beast.
yes.
Oh yeah, no, she's amazing.
Yeah.
And you did a great job up there too. Look, she's got no gloves, Irene.
I know. She has long sleeves.
Even still though, I have
She's
gloves that
come
are
to Kramnichka, yeah? Do you have
Small history about you. Just like okay. Hi, how are you? Just like I noticed like your small history about you are from Jamaica, but Canadian, and just
Yes.
also when you start war in Ukraine, you can stay at home and just like look what happened, watch for everything for TV, and you move to Ukraine, Poland, and everything. Why it's very important for you?
I grew up believing that you never watch someone getting beat down, and bullying is never acceptable. If you can do something to stop it, then you do it. For me, I just couldn't stand by and watch what was happening. I spent years in the Canadian Armed Forces, and for me, it was giving back. And even though I've retired from the military, I still wanted to do something to help out. And sitting at home wasn't going to do it. So I packed my bags, I went to Poland, and just said, I'm here to help. Wherever you need me, I'll be there. And that's what I did.
How much time you will be on Polish and Ukraine, just like for this time?
I did a total of 5 months, 2 months increments. So I was at the beginning of the war, the beginning of March, right through until May. And then I came home, spoke to friends, my church, and said, hey, we need to do something if you can help in any way. And I was able to raise some funds to go back again, where I stayed with a small community in Okaninka. And during the time, there were some times where I had to transport humanitarian aid across the border into Ravaruska. And so if I can help in any way, if it means driving a few hours or a few minutes, I want to do it. I want to help. And in some cases, just a matter of playing with the kids and just throwing them in the air and just having a good time. But just to take their minds off what is happening.
It's a very great job and very big job, and thank you so much for support Ukraine, you support Ukrainian people for everything for Ukraine. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
Як ви бачите, всі далі збираються буквально. О, 8 година, а де наша підсвітка синьо-жовта? Ну, зараз всі очікують на підсвітку. Так, але свідки немає синьо-жовтої. Ми дочекалися наш водоспад синьо-жовтий. Подивіться, наскільки це красиве видовище. Водоспад Підкова, Американський і Фата. Всі 3 водоспади є синьо-жовтими.
Щоб ви знали відповідь. Путін додому.
Складаю. Давайте пробуємо його. Та в руки то капець. Давайте ми його. Давайте отак от. Давайте складайтеся якось. Опс. Опс, опс, опс. Ти що знімаєш? Як ви бачите...
Ні, почекай, давай заново. I wanted to let you know that we're just looking on here. The Ukrainian World Congress says that in more than 45 countries, 50 countries across the world, 300 cities, there are rallies going on tonight everywhere. And there's about 45 of them across Canada that are happening tonight too. So this is wonderful. This shows the power and the strength that we have. We need to keep that power going. Ой у лузі.
Ой у лузі.
Ой у лузі, червона калина
похилилася, чогось наша славна Україна зажурилася, а ми ту червону калину підіймемо, а ми нашу славну Україну розвеселимо. Ми червону калину підіймемо, а ми нашу славну Україну розвеселимо. Червона калина похилилася, чомусь наша славна Україна зажурилася, а ми тою червону калину підіймемо, а ми нашу славну Україну гей розвеселимо. А ми тою червону калину підіймемо, а ми нашу славну Україну гей розвеселимо.